Hello everyone and welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. Thank you for joining me. We have another growing video for you, and in this video we're going to be talking about the beautiful broccoli. I'll be sharing how to grow your broccoli for a big head, some good companions for your broccoli, and just some good strategies to keep in mind when you are growing this beautiful veggie in your garden. As mentioned, we are growing this beautiful veggie. When you think of greens, of course, it's green. And for you to have beautiful green, the key is the soil. When you grow your broccoli, you have to have a nice, healthy soil. It is a green, so you need a lot of rich organic matter. It has to be very fertile, a lot of nitrogen. Okay, your soil needs to be loose, well drained, somewhat compact at the base. I was once told that if your base is compact, you'll have big heads on your broccoli. You can try and compact it and see how good your heads will get. Now, if your soil is not as good, of course, you add in your organic matter. You can add in compost, things like that to improve your soil. Broccoli does require a neutral pH, about 6 or 7. So if you do your pH test and your soil is slightly on the acidic side, you can always add lime. And if it's too much on the neutral side, you can add peat moss to lower that acidity, to make it ideal to where your broccoli needs to be. Okay, and our soil here, I mean, it's close to perfect. So today we're going to be putting in 2 types of broccoli in our garden, and I'm going to put them on this half of the garden bed. When you think about the companions of broccoli, they are in the brassica family, and that family will include your kale, your cabbage, collards, even your Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And because they're in the same family, they're easily susceptible to the same diseases. So you want to give them a little bit of space, okay, when you put them together. So avoid close family, close relatives when you think of your broccoli plants. We're going to have 2 varieties that we're going to be putting in. We have the Green Magic broccoli. So this variety is the shorter variety of broccoli. It grows faster. The maturity timeline is a lot faster than the other one, which is the marathon broccoli. This will produce consistent, smooth heads, and it's good because it's more heat tolerant than the marathon broccoli. So if you're in the more southern climate, you want to consider putting in the Green Magic broccoli in your garden. It's faster growing. You know, if you have other items that takes a longer time to grow that it's compatible with, you can include this in the same space. So by the time your broccoli would have matured in about 57 to 60 days, then you can remove those for your longer growing veggies to grow. Now, the next variety that I'll be putting in is the marathon broccoli. This one takes a much longer time to grow. The maturity timeline for the marathon broccoli is about 97 to 100 days. Okay, and with this one, it's good because you can put it in a wide variety of climates. You can tell the difference between the marathon and the Green Magic. How I can tell the difference is you'll see that the Green Magic has a more of a blue-green hue, whereas the marathon is predominantly green. Okay, so that's a good way to tell. And of course, the heads are better. The maturity timeline will be longer. So when you have your Green Magic done and out, then you can start enjoying your marathon broccoli. Broccolis can be grown in container, in ground, or in the raised bed. Because I don't have a lot of space, I'm going to be putting in my broccoli in this raised bed. Ideally, you're supposed to put them about 18 inches apart. I'm going to put them close so that they can assist each other. One thing I want to zoom in on, let me see if Jose will be able to see this. You can see along the stem of my broccoli some little nodes right here. The broccoli will send out roots at this nodes. So initially planting out your broccoli set, you can go a little deeper because it will root at that particular spot. As you can see, our broccolis are nicely spaced. If I had an entire raised bed, I would dedicate that one bed to all these broccolis, but because we have a restriction on space, I put them this way. They'll be able to grow and support each other. But again, if you have plenty of space, you can spread them out as far as you want. Next, we're going to be putting our marathon broccoli. And these are just going to be spaces, well, I put them on in the inside of the bed because once these are done, I can put in some other companion plants to broccoli. And some of those companions would be potatoes, rather. You can put in lettuce, you have beets, chamomile, celery. All these are good companions for broccoli. They will encourage your broccoli growth and development as well. And they will not have any diseases that are common to your broccoli. So whenever you're putting in any plants in your garden, you can just do some research. What are some compatible plants to what I'm growing? Because these companions, they will help you in the long run when you think of caring for your plants, even when you think of how much your plants will produce. Okay, so understanding your companions are very good when you're planting. When you grow broccoli, the hardest thing I can think of growing broccoli is dealing with cabbage worms. And again, that's why you keep them far away from your cabbage. These are the little yellow striped worms that will come through and they will destroy the leaves of your broccoli. Okay, to avoid this, once you put in your greens, you can cover them with a breathable fabric. Okay, and even growing in the right time. Growing in the winter months, you will find that you will not have as much moths flying around your garden because these will not be alive during this time. And that's why I think growing your greens in the fall months would be ideal. Okay, you have less bugs, less pests and disease that you have to contend with, and your plants have an even better chance to thrive and survive. Our broccolis are in. They're looking great. They're planted at the perfect time. The sun is almost setting, so our broccolis will have a good chance to acclimate to their new environment without that stress of the heat of the sun on them. We added some slow release fertilizer to this garden when we were prepping it, and so 2 weeks from our planting day, we're going to water with liquid kelp. Adding liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks will give your broccoli a better chance of surviving because they need that constant supply of nitrogen. They're greens. They need to make that beautiful big head that we love to eat. So we have to make sure we feed them, feed our plants so they can feed us in the long term. Okay, so every 2 weeks, we're going to put them on a feeding schedule. Make sure you're consistent with your watering. I mean, don't let your soil dry out too much, and just watch your plants. Make sure that your leaves are not yellowing. Then that's a sign that you have a nutrient deficiency. Okay, so go get your broccoli. 2 times a year you can plant. You can plant in the fall or start sowing seeds in the spring. So it's fall time. Go out, start your broccoli, okay? Even if you only have a container, put something in so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. I hope you found this growing guide helpful, and I'll see you on our next video. Happy planting. Bye.